From the moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude biomass that you call the temple will wither, and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved. For the machine is immortal. I serve the Omnisire.
Warning, I swear a lot. Hello friends, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. So, this is not any of the ongoing series at the moment. This will not be an ongoing series, at least not for the foreseeable future, but I'm very short on time, and both of the ongoing series at the moment require a lot of time in the episodes to get stuff done, and I don't have that time right now. They will be continuing as normal very soon, but I needed videos, and I've been playing this recently, and I really like it. I wasn't sure, because, and this is like sacrilege to say, so forgive me, but the Tech Priests, the Mechanicus in 40k is not one of my favorite factions. I don't know why. I love augmentations and cybernetic improvements to people and stuff and man-machine hybrid shit, but the Mechanicus just never quite did it for me. I don't know. There was something about them that I didn't quite meld with, but this game is fucking dope. This game is awesome. So I've been doing a little run, normal mode, Iron Man, permadeath mode, and I've got my Tech Priests. See, here's me. I'm a Tech Priest. I'm an Explorator mostly. I've got the DLC as well, Heretic. But yeah, I focus mostly on smacking people with my axe, because the Explorator bonus Traveler means if you have no ranged weapons equipped, you gain more damage, movement, physical armor, energy armor, and critical chance, all these things being very useful. Got Zenerite Mechadendrites for Doc Ock arms that stab people. It can be useful, but most of my power comes from my axe. We've got my armor and stuff. We've got the Arc Scourges, which don't count as ranged weapons, and therefore I still gain the benefits for Traveler. Sadly, the Flamer doesn't count. Like, it does count as a ranged weapon, so it doesn't work with Traveler, which is a fucking shame, because I would have loved to have had Flamers, but I will acknowledge they would have been a bit broken. And then I've got my field generators for increased melee damage, so I can hit things even harder. And I love how, as you upgrade your Tech Priests, the equipment you give them, the armor they wear, affects how they look. Like, there's loads of different ways a Tech Priest can end up looking. We got Buffy here, who's more of a Spec into Lex mechanic who focuses on gathering us cognition points so that we can, you know, perform actions and stuff. But she's relatively well equipped. Omniscient Axe, which is basically a melee attack for no cognition cost, which is fantastic. It means she can trigger opportunity attacks and hit people when they try and run away. She's good at closing distance. Curatio Mechadendrites, free healing, fantastic. Lex mechanic shit. Phosphor blast pistol is standard, and a flamer because fire is surprisingly good against robots. And it's true in Helldivers as well. You wouldn't think so. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't rock up to a fucking bot mission in Helldivers with a flamethrower, but napalm will work. Oh boy, will it. She's got scanners to get more cognition points. It's pretty standard, but she performs a crucial role in the team, which is gathering cognition points. Super fucking important. Very, very useful. Here we have Alex, who is our camera person for our Velvet Dead escapades, and also for Nova Status and Damaged. I think Damaged, anyway. Don't know. Haven't seen that, but I know Nova Status, definitely. And I've got him here as a healer, Engine Seer, which is kind of made redundant by the Curatio Mechadendrite, but it just means he's an even better healer, basically. Like, he's already got the easy way to heal, and then more advanced heals in case we really need them. He can also heal everyone in the team for full, like, once per mission. His Creatio Claws heal more and can be used more frequently. He can heal a target that's far away. He also repairs alongside Zenerite, so he heals at the beginning of his turn and at the end of his turn, which is amazing. And he can remove effects like acid, which is super useful. He's got the Omniscient Axe, he's got the Mechadendrites, he's got his gear, and this fucking Volkite Blaster, which is the fuck off go away gun. I like it. not go away because it doesn't push them back, but it does tend to make things die. And when Machine Spirit is activated, its cost goes from 3 to 1, which is amazing. That also reminds me of my character, right, real quick. These Arc Scourges are free if the Machine Spirit has been roused, and you can do that either by using the weapon or through a Canticle, which means I could just activate a Canticle to activate the Machine Spirit on my weapons so that these two hit way harder. This removes armor on opponents, and also I gain +2 damage to all attacks done with a roused Machine Spirit, which means I can burst damage people to death. But it also means that Alex can delete targets with the Volkite Blaster. Very handy. And he's got the claws to help him heal people. And finally, we have Sweetman, and I think this might be the most I don't know if interesting is the term, but it's a build. It is a build. What I have attempted to do with Sweetman's character here, he's a Dominus, so he's focused more on ranged combat, or entirely on ranged combat, actually. He doesn't have a melee weapon because it makes he fights better without one. But I've created Sweetman as a character to do as much damage as physically possible without spending a single cognition point. That has been my goal with this character. So he's got twin phosphor blast pistols, which typically do 1 to 2 energy damage, which is pathetic, can be fired every turn and don't cost cognition. But you see, Rights of Range increases that damage from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3. And then, when the Machine Spirit is roused, it gains an extra 2 damage. And then he's got Corrupting Technology, in which he gains an additional point of damage but loses HP every time he does an attack, but he regains health at the start of every turn. He also has Gloves that increase his energy damage. He also has these Energia Enhancers, which increase energy damage, and due to his special ability as a Dominus, he can use those Energia Enhancers for free. So, good. He gets to buff the shit out of his pistols for free. Now, he's not the highest damaging character in the game, obviously, because if I wanted him to be really fucking strong, I'd probably give him the Phosphor Serpentas, which, by the way, let me just show you this, because it's like my favorite gun in this game. Little ass fucking energy revolver. That is such a sick design. So fucking cool. And I'm really tempted to give them to him, but the goal, like I said, was to make him a character who could do maximum damage for minimum costs. Biggest returns character, and honestly, he's been a staple through most of our missions because he does so much damage at such long range for nothing, for free. He is entirely free. He can heal people for free. He can buff his own damage for free, and he can shoot people for free. He's pretty fucking good. I wouldn't recommend having too many of them, but the existence of this character who operates for free means the other characters can have more expensive gear because there's more cognition points to go around. I don't know if this is actually a good idea, but he's fucking great and I'm gonna keep him like this. Absolutely. But yeah, we're not going to go too long today because it would defeat the point of trying to do a quicker video. We're going to do a mission. Just for those of you who like Mechanicus, we can have a little fun Mechanicus time. And for those of you who don't know Mechanicus, I can show you the game because it's kind of like XCOM meets Darkest Dungeon, which is a little unusual, I'll admit, but it's true. So what do I actually want? I could upgrade my Zenorite Mechadendrites, but they're not the most crucial part of my loadout, so upgrade Skitarii Rangers. I typically use the Vanguards anyway. Yeah, Skitarii Vanguards. Because when you get them to level 2, they can shoot twice per turn, like once every 3 turns or so, which is amazing. But yeah, the Necrons are waking up on this planet, and for those who don't know, Necrons are basically space Egyptian Terminators, like the robots, right? They're all Egyptian and shit, but they're also like Terminator robots where you like kill them and then they get back up. Very cool. Ooh, Cog Occultaris. 100% critical chance until the next attack. A guaranteed crit at the start of the battle would be quite nice. We'll go with this, because I think that Cog Occultaris could be really useful. We'll go with this, yeah. So we got the squad in here. We've got 4 tech priests. We can get a total of 6, I believe, but we only have 4. And the rest you fill out with troops. And all of these have genuinely useful applications. Like, servitors are fantastic as fodder because you gain cognition points every time they get hit. And at level 2, they gain an ability where they can taunt nearby enemies and gain armor, which allows your tech priests to move in and perform a murder, which is great. Skitarian infiltrators are fantastic at dealing with death marks because they can get in close without being shot and then just pepper them in the side. Skitarii Vanguards are great at dealing with everything, so yeah. Rangers are cool, I suppose. They're good scouts, like they're good at revealing enemy statistics, which is the thing we'll get into later. Well, we don't have to worry about that now. Sicari and Rust Stalkers, I've never really gotten much use out of, but are very cool and high potential, because they gain critical hit chance every time they attack, which means if you just keep them swinging, their attacks also ignore enemy armor. So you keep them swinging, they do a fuck ton of damage. But I've just never really been able to get them into position, you know? I'm trying to currently, now that I've finished speccing my character as an explorator, I'm now trying to spec him down Secutor, see if I can get a little bit more out of our troops, even though the troops are already doing really well, but I feel like that's more reason to spec into it, because I'm like, wait, how much more can I get out of these troops? Make them absolutely send them. Skitarii Vanguard I've never really used, but I can guarantee it would be useful. And same with the Ranger Alpha. So we've got Taming the Machine Spirit, more cognition points is always useful. I'll get more into how cognition points work and how that affects combat when we actually get in there. I'm thinking 3 Skitarii Vanguards and a Servitor. Nice. Let's get down there. But first, dialogue. The tidings glorious, Magos. I return gladness to hear it. The flayed ones of the tomb of Ujao are waking in huge numbers and massing to attack. Well, that's not good at all. Fuck. What are you saying? That's terrible. The Skitarii are gonna get bodied. Flayed ones, for those of you who don't know, may as well just give you tiny lore lessons, are Necron robot dudes with really sharp claws who skin people alive and wear their skins as cloaks because they have a kind of degenerative mental illness that causes them to want to eat flesh, even though they can't eat because they're space robots. Nothing in 40k has to make sense, you realize? This strikes me as less than glorious. Jesus Christ, man. A logical conclusion is the aliens fear us. We have hurt them enough that they are forced to strike back. In doing so, they make themselves vulnerable, and it is our duty to exploit this vulnerability, engage them and destroy them. The life of Ulia Jacobus, 831, when the enemy offers open battle, take it and make it his final mistake. And we go down to the tomb to destroy robots. Kill robots, XCOM style, but also kind of Darkest Dungeon style. The whole lower level of the Tomb of Ujao is swarming with flayed ones. They're bottled up there by our Skitarii perimeter, but it's only a matter of time before they break out and flood the whole tomb, which would be bad. Then we strike them before they have the chance. The enemy has presented us with an opportunity to massacre them in great numbers. Helfirian Recollections, chapter 571, when the enemy begs for destruction, do not let him go hungry. That's actually kind of, in some cases, how I play Total War Warhammer 3, where sometimes I want the enemy to send as much force at me as possible, because then I can kill them all there and then, and not stretch out. And it's also kind of the case in Helldivers sometimes, where if a horde of bugs is coming towards me, like if I'm Extraction, for instance, and they're coming towards Extraction, I'll attack them before they get even closer, if possible. I'll run out and meet them and attack them, because I'm like, if I can wipe out this wave before another wave shows up, that puts me in good stead. Because sometimes it feels like when you're Extraction, you need to bottle up a lot, but sometimes being aggressive, preemptive strike, hit them before they can like properly start coming at you, or they're in position to do their attacks. It works on bots as well. You see them approaching, if they've got a heavy gunner, pick them off, then the rest start running forward and you pick them off as they come. Preemptive strikes are actually very good strategic moves, unless you fuck it up, at which point it's like the worst strategic move ever. Everything is good unless it fails, and everything is bad unless it succeeds, you know? It's what a soldier calls a target-rich environment, Magos. Then let us make it a little less rich. I've sent in a team to inflict maximum casualties. I can think of nothing that would so please the Omnissiah. Good stuff. Purification deployment number 22. So, there's stuff to unpack here. I understand this. These are our objectives, the little gold bits. These are glyphs where we can potentially get rewards, and these are just encounters where stuff can happen. I don't know if battles can occur, but you can find stuff. So what we do is we move along, right? I'll demonstrate by, you know, doing that. So we move along, off we go, very good. And then that starts to fill the tomb's awakening level. As we move through and as we do stuff, the tomb starts to wake up. And as the tomb wakes up, the Necrons start gaining more and more benefits, like there'll be more Necrons in battle, for instance, because they're awakening faster, or when you knock a Necron down, it will reanimate faster, or stuff like that, which all becomes a serious problem. The chamber ahead is a horrific sight. Dozens of severed hands are impaled on spikes on the walls, reaching out as if blindly groping for someone to grab. It is impossible to tell at a glance where the hands have come from. We could burglarize, scrutinize, or carbonize. I'm gonna scrutinize, that seems like the best way. Examine the severed hands to ascertain the origin. The oldest specimens must be from the settlers of St. Eckhard's Hope, perturbatory but informative. So what happened on this planet is that human settlers had built a settlement here, as it were, without realizing that they had built their settlement on on Necron tombs. This whole planet, the entire planet, is a Necron tomb, filled with Necrons, and there are many planets out there like this, and it's why the Necrons are such a threat. If all of their tomb planets woke up simultaneously, they would sweep every other faction in the universe. Probably. You can never say that for certain, because every faction has something ridiculous, but the Necrons are fucking serious, and if all of them were awake, everyone would be fucked. Big problems, bad times. Makes the automatons look like babies. 3 CP, very handy, very good. The hands prove to be from a variety of sources. Most are leathery with age or completely mummified, while others are fresher, evidently taken from dead Skitarii. We'll go take a pound of flesh and return, hey. A squad of Skitarii has been forced by injuries to abandon its post, holding a key passageway leading deeper into the tomb. If it is left undefended, the flayed ones might have another way out of the lower levels, enabling them to avoid the cohort's vengeance. Search the area for the Skitarii survivors and get them back to their posts. Yeah, I'm sure they'll appreciate that. A couple of survivors are located, separated from their units. They are wounded and demoralized, but they continue to man their posts at the passageway. By the time they are located and reminded of their sacred duty, the enemy has been given the time to respond to the cohort's presence. We got another upgrade to the Omniscient Axe. Oh, fuck yeah. That's now roughly as good as my power axe, because that is such a high-ranked version of the axe. The drawback to it, of a higher rank of it, is that it requires more augment spaces on the tech priest to use, but every time you level up, you gain another augment slot. So as you get to higher levels, you can just start upgrading your gear with what you already have, but better versions of it, to do more damage. This went very well, I'm pleased with this. That's a good find. I still haven't found, and I know they exist because I've had them in a previous save that, went belly up. I haven't found the fucking Mechadendrites that just stab them and push them back, which Luke could use to have a melee option and get people out of their face if they get too close. But I haven't found him yet, so if anyone ever gets in melee with Sweetman, he's fucked, basically. So I just have to make sure that doesn't happen. That's why I have an axe. Warning, our presence has been detected. Now... I think, yeah, they've just been detected. Okay, that's fine. So we did the Darkest Dungeon bit, now it's the XCOM bit. So, let's have a quick look. Obviously, we've got to do deployment, but let's see what they've got. They've got a Necron Destroyer, which needs to go down quickly, but it looks like he's going to go first. Now, there is something we can do to minimize the potential damage from that, but there's a Necron Warrior there, which is basic infantry. Okay. Flayed ones who will rush into melee, right? They're not too dangerous. There's not enough of them for them to be dangerous, but more might show up. And a Triarch Praetorian, who is a jetpack troop, who will literally just jump over here in a single turn and hit one of us. So I'd like to kill him before he can do that, but that might not be possible. So, yeah. But yeah, Destroyer, I'm thinking put Servitor in his way. He'll likely target the closest enemy, so if we position ourselves just a little bit back from him, That Necron Warrior is going last. We can easily kill him before the time comes. Looking at the field, I don't think we need to deploy our troops. I'll deploy one unit of Skitarii Vanguard, just in case. That should be alright. Okay, so cognition points are used to perform actions, basically. One character can perform as many actions as they have items that aren't on cooldown if they have the cognition points for it. You get cognition points by like scanning these things and killing enemies and scanning them, stuff like that. Buffy has a special ability where she can fill our cognition bar like once every couple of turns or so, which is really strong. An amazing ability. Mr. Destroyer is being a little scary. He just absolutely bodied our servitor, but we get a cognition point for that, so fuck you. We're in. Buffy's up first. She can at least grab that. I'm thinking maybe get her over to that destroyer. She could get in range to swing at it. We don't need to use the servo skull to collect cognition points. We can use it instead to reveal statistics. This is a thing I didn't explain. We have no idea how much health these enemies have or what their resistances are, because we haven't scanned them. We need to scan them to find that out. Weapons that use phosphor, like the phosphor blast pistol, do that scanning for us as well. This is another reason why Sweetman is so useful, because he does high damage and also reveals statistics every time he fires at someone, and all of that for free. So I'm thinking maybe... Let's find out what makes this guy tick. He's got energy resistance, so Sweetman won't be a good choice to deal with him. Melee is probably the way to go. We'll pop this guy to just see what he's all about. No resistances. Okay, he'll be easily dealt with. We don't even need to use the flamer this turn, I don't think. How much does he... He has 18 health. He is quite durable. Yeah, we'll invest a little bit. We'll get the Sanctus canister going, which will increase Buffy's damage. +2, which is helpful. And then, bonk him. Go for it. 7 damage. Good. That's most of his health already. Can you hit that? No, you can't. In fact, you know what? Fuck it. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Set him on fire. And then use overcharge cognition, fill the gauge. Very nice, and that's now on cooldown. In 5 turns we'll use it again, but I'd be very surprised if we were still in this mission in 5 turns. If we are, then something's gone horribly wrong. But it's going alright for now, so Alex is up. He's rocking energy weapons, which won't be much good against the Destroyer, but I reckon he can go over here and bonk this guy. He rocks up, he's got his pistol, he fires it. It's good. So in order to activate the machine spirit, or to charge the machine spirit within your weapons, you simply need to use them. The phosphor blast pistol requires 1 use in order to charge its machine spirit, and it gains damage when its machine spirit is charged. So every other turn, if you're constantly firing that pistol, you gain damage, which makes it very useful. This axe is less useful, it just immobilizes targets when its machine spirit is active, but the fact that it's free really just speaks for itself. That's good enough for me. So Alex took that guy down, that's fucking brilliant. I can use him to scan these guys, and I think I will. Learn a little bit more about that guy, and deal damage to him, due to an ability that Alex has. His scans deal damage, which is very nice. We're good on that, I think. Here we have our Skitari Vanguard, and boy, do I have plans for him. Get over here. Activate ability to perform an additional attack, and then fuck this guy up. That's 1. And that's 2. And that put him the fuck down, and because he critted, the Necron didn't just fall over, he died. If you down an enemy on a crit, they instantly die. That's why this guy's still alive, because we didn't crit him. So, yeah, that went very fucking well. Destroyer's gone, big help. I'd love to try and get rid of him, but I think he's just too far away. Sweetman might be able to hit him, but I don't know if he'll be able to do him enough damage to kill him. What are his resistances again? I can see him up here. 1 energy, 1 physical. That's not so bad. Sweetman might be able to do something about that. I'm not going to be able to do very much because I'm a melee guy and there's no one in range. So, fuck me, I guess. There is one thing I can do, I suppose, on my way through. Because I'd really rather make sure that Necron doesn't get back up, because that would cause us problems. So, I'm going to kill him. I probably should have used my axe for machine spirit generation, but I just like using the mechadendrites. Little Doc Ock tentacles is fun. not got a lot going on right now, so I can use my servo skull to boost our troop. And I'm gonna do that because Skitarii Vanguards are really good. We haven't killed the Triarch in time, and that doesn't surprise me, so he's gonna come down here and cause grief. He'll probably go after Luke, knowing our luck. Yeah, he'd be fucking foolish to not go after Luke. All right, you dick. Yeah, make the move everyone knew you were gonna make. Two damage, not so bad, but the problem is that Sweetman now needs to get away in order to fire, at which point he's gonna take another hit, which blows. I mean, there's nothing to be gained by just leaving him in melee with the guy. And he does regenerate, and we have a healer, so it's fine. The problem is that Sweetman will also spend health in order to use his attacks. Save that, actually, because you might need it to finish him off. Use the Energeia Enhancer. For extra damage, 5 to 6 damage per shot, that's pretty decent. Won't kill him this turn, but we'll give him something to think about. Oh, lovely crit, good stuff. Now, obviously he did damage to self, that's not great. If only we had some kind of magic item that heals HP. Oh wait, we do. If only we had 2 of them. Oh wait, we do. I'm over there now, ready to fuck shit up. And we can deploy more troops, but that's not necessary. He's gonna come for me. Hello, buddy. You did 1 damage. So the Triarch's turn is roughly at the end of the initiative list, so... Although he is gonna attack more soon than anyone else. I say Buffy gets over there and messes him up, musses him up. Give him the old 2-1, do 1, bang him out last. Go on. Go on. There we go. Now, kindly, like, execute him if you would. There we go. Good, good. She did a big good. Very happy. Now, Alex will go over here and teach him a moron. Nice, good, good. Frankly, he doesn't need to spend anything else. He's just fine the way he is. Heal Sweetman, though. You know, give him a little heal. Just a quick prayer. Because at the end of a mission, any damage your tech priests take, or still have by the end of the mission, is deducted from your overall Blackstone that you get from the mission. So you want to keep damage low to keep profits up. It's business, my friends. Big business. You want maximum profits. I shouldn't need to tell you this. Fuck him up. 9 damage. Amazing. Push him up there. He can't fire again. That's fine. I've repaired myself and am angry at being having been struck. So, it's a bad time for you, little man. You're in big trouble. Power field generator. Buff that melee. I'm guaranteed to kill him. It do be like that, though. A little bit. And I'm gonna stab him for good measure. I dare say we have enough cognition I can probably end this mission right now. Because you can spend cognition to move further, and you can do that an infinite amount of times. And my character can move pretty fucking far as standard, so I can literally run around the battlefield scooping these up if need be. Which is very helpful because you get Blackstone even if it's a necessary objective. Beautiful. No threat remaining. That was the easy fight in this dungeon though. There will be a harder one later. I've done that fight multiple times. That's a standard fight. A Necron artifact resembling a large globe inscribed with glowing runes lies half buried in a mass of decaying trash in this chamber. The only trash I see is right there, fucking Necron trash. Well, we're gonna have a little look at it. Oh, one of the troopers depresses a panel on the side of the artifact, and a section of it opens up to display a hollow-like image of a huge and heavily armored Necron form. The Necron collapses, its shape deforming and blistering as if the hollow image was showing the process of infection greatly sped up. The hollow cuts out, but the sight is disconcerting enough to rattle the cohort's spirits. So the Necrons gained initiative. Which means, in this fight that we're approaching, the Necrons will all go first. Which can be quite bad. We might need to put the Skitarii up front to weather the hits. But that's the advantage of having disposable troops. Let them take the hits. Why should we? We're way more valuable. Glyphs. I hate glyphs. Intense concentration. I think this one. Yeah, well, I didn't really gain anything because I was already at max cognition, but it's better than losing something because you can take damage and lose shit when interacting with glyphs. So now there'll be extra Necrons in battle. Oh, dearie, dearie me. What a problem it is. Scan or destroy. That seems like a weird way to burn them, but, you know, whatever. So we gotta scan those. Presumably as we scan them, more platforms will open up. There's no Necrons here, so the fact that they have initiative is actually worthless to them, which is actually pretty fucking funny. The one advantage they had is now moot, because there's no one here to take advantage of it. Get all our troops on the field. We're fully deployed for this one. Because at any point, Buffy can just fill the cognition gauge. Do that scan. Get the cognition, get the money. We always need the money. We need more money. I'd love if the game was just like, yeah, you win. There's all the flayed ones. Survive 4 rounds. They're presumably going to spawn flayed ones over and over and over. So this could get a little dicey, honestly. It could. Especially since they're pretty much all going to have their turns. Oh no, we're going to have these turns, and then next turn they all go first. So we're going to want to kill them as soon as possible. I reckon we can. I reckon. Yeah, we can make some stuff happen. Spend a little cognition to get into position. I'm not going to do this yet. Oh, they're just... Maybe if I got a better angle. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, now, don't do it like that, though. No, no, no. Cognition freedom. Although it doesn't make a difference, actually. Because I'm literally going to use that at the end of the turn. Yeah, fuck it. Do this normally. Burn them. Good, good, good. Shoot that one, I guess. Lovely, fantastic, wonderful. He took 1 damage. That was a big move, clearly. And then cognition, overcharged cognition. And we get all of our points back. Lovely. Oh, they do get all of their... Oh, I didn't think they'd get all their moves. Oh, I thought it would continue from there, and... yeah, I misread it. That's fine. I guess that's fine. Buffy will be fine. She's dodging attacks, which is pretty good, but she's more than durable enough to deal with this. And we can heal her as well. Yeah, she's fine. Well, we're moving up on them, and I think it's time to pull out the big fuck-off gun. Yeah, I think it's time for that. I think it is time for that, in fact, yeah. Yeah, it's time for that. Time for the big fuck-off gun. On him. Yeah, he fell over. Yeah, he didn't like that. Yeah, no, he didn't like that at all. I made him sad. Finish him off. Nice. May as well kill him as well. Fuck it. I like fighting flayed ones because they're easy. Is the honest answer. They're just easy to kill. Skitarii, front and center. We got stuff for you to do. These radium carbines are fucking great. Down you go. And you as well, obviously. Down you go. Oh, he didn't go down. Oh, he's a big boy, isn't he? Oh, he's a big boy. Oh, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. I forgot there was one right there. I can deal with him, that's fine. He's fucking dead. Dead as shit. Absolutely dead. The deadest, you might say. He can't shoot that one because Luke's standing in the way. What a bastard he is. To kill that one. There's this stupid little skin-wearing robot here, and I do believe I want to make him quite dead, so I will. Wait, that was all of them? Are you really? Wow. I was expecting a little bit more than that. Okay. What, just 5 flayed ones? We outnumbered them. Finally, the last of the flayed ones in the area falls, temporarily reducing the active population in the tomb of Ubjao. Their remains litter the tomb, leaving chunks of bloody flesh and shreds of skin behind as they teleport away. With luck and the will of the Omnissiah, the Skitarii will be able to keep the numbers of flayed ones at a manageable level. Wow, that was easy. Fucking hell. A great blow has been struck against the enemy here, Magos. The flayed ones are among the most profane of all the Necron constructs. Hagiography of Thor, 1491. He who sows doubt is as blameful as he who sheds blood. The tomb of Ubjao should be much safer for our troops to explore, and I admit I return a sense of gratification from my emotional centers to see so many of the enemy destroyed. I'm not going to try doing robot voices. A, it'll sound terrible, and B, it'll fuck up my throat. There is no point. Take no shame in exulting at the destruction of the Xenos. Though killing the alien is our solemn duty, that does not mean we cannot let it buoy up our spirits when it is accomplished. Colloquialisms Minor, Chapter 5.1. It's not work, if you enjoy it. Ah, too true. Why do you think I run a fucking YouTube channel? So unfortunately, we didn't get to heal Buffy, which means we lost 60 fucking Blackstone. Sucks. It's whatever. The fun thing is we got reimbursed on the Blackstone cost of deploying these troops because we didn't lose them. So that's fun. You basically pay a deposit on deploying those troops to the field, which is an interesting system. I quite like it. And then obviously you get Blackstone for killing enemies, Blackstone for finishing the mission, and you find it in the mission as well. How have you been upgraded, sir? I don't know. We'll go find out, I suppose. And the Necron tomb is awakening, and I don't know what happens when that gets to 100%. That's about the end of my knowledge on it, but that's the global awakening of the Necron tomb world, and I'm nearly at 50%. Which is concerning. So what did that do for the Skitarii Range Alpha? Target has a 100% chance to miss you with its attacks for 1 round. Oh, that's really helpful. That's something those fucking heretic tech priests have, which is really annoying. If I was to make one complaint about this game, and it's such a minor complaint that it's not a complaint, but it's a personal preference complaint, I suppose. I wish there were more melee weapon types. Like, I get that the power axe, you know, like the fucking... This weapon is like the tech priest's thing. You always see tech priests holding these things. These like combination wrench axe things, like halberds basically. I get that it's their thing, but I would have really liked a bit of variation, you know, like maybe like some stun batons or a chain sword or a power sword or something. Like, I don't know. Personally, I'd like a knife, but it's not going to give me a knife. It's really not a complaint because they're just sticking to what tech priests do, which is these big fuck off axes, but I would have liked, you know, I would have liked it. On upgrade Buffy and Alex because they can upgrade their axes to get something better. Remember rightly, I think one of these is really good, isn't it? Yeah, extra critical chance. What does your arm currently do? It's extra. Oh, that dodge chance. Oh, that's how she keeps dodging shit. She should probably keep that, to be honest, because that's coming real handy. Remember rightly, yeah, Zenorite leg augments are really good. Yeah, get those. Get rid of that, replace it with that. There we go. And then we can get rid of this axe and replace it with a bigger axe. Holy shit, that is an absolute beefcake of a weapon. God damn, that looks super cool. And it's got clamps on the back as well. little gears. What I like about this game, I definitely think, is the attention to detail on all of this stuff. How fucking Mechanicus it all is. Like how much your tech priests become this absolute tangled mess of like wires and machinery the more you upgrade them, because that's what tech priests look like. This is what they look like. My mate Pascal in fucking Rogue Trader looks like this. He's got like mechadendrites and shit and a spare servo arm carrying a gun while he's got his fucking tool axe that he bops people with and then repairs the ship with. That's tech priests. Tech priests aren't my favorite thing about 40k, but I respect them, and I respect how well this game is conveying them, you know? It's fucking cool. We'll upgrade Alex as well. There is something I will change though, because I've given those legs to Sweetman as well, but I really like the Dominus leg augments. Because it's got the little skittering feet for the high-octane tech priest skittering action. I love high-octane tech priest skittering action. It's gotta be done. It has to be. That has to be how it's done. It has to be the way. But we can get Alex that big fuck-off axe now, and he'll be way better in melee. That does, let me just check, actually. That does 4 to 6. Mine does 4 to 6. I may as well use the axe that those guys are using, because it's just as good as my axe, but costs less to use. Like, yeah, the machine spirit attack isn't as good, but that rarely, I don't find that comes into play very often. May as well, oh right, I need another augment slot. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's probably why. Yeah, that's kind of why, isn't it? Well, when I get the space in my augment capacity, just switch to the axe. That would absolutely be the better way to do it. Cool. This game's fucking cool, man. I really like it. It's not so complicated that, like, you know, you get in, you look at it all, and you go, I don't even fucking know. But it's complicated enough that it feels rewarding to look at weapon and skill combinations and equipment combinations and try and figure out cool stuff. I'm most proud of my Sweetman build, of this Dominus build, because this is the most, like, value for money build I can think of. High damage and healing, and a fairly tanky character for 0 cognition cost. And once we manage to get those mechadendrites that he can use in melee for free, he will also have the ability to defend himself in melee for free. I might just replace one of these repairing ones and replace it with a melee one, and then he has a last resort melee option to get someone off his back before he backs off and dual pistol wielding phosphor blasts them. It's a cool game. I like it a lot. It's not perfect. You know, it is a little janky in places. I'll fully acknowledge that, absolutely. But it's an exceptionally good game. I really like it, and that's all from me for today, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted this to be just a quick thing, because I need a few quicker videos at the moment, but I also wanted to show off this game. Lots of people are aware of this game. It's not exactly super obscure, especially not amongst, like, 40k fans, but it's really cool, and I really like it, and, I'm not a big fan of the Mechanicus, but this makes me like the Mechanicus, right? It does. It just makes me like them. I always thought Skitari were fucking cool, like these dudes back here. But, yeah, this makes me like the Tech Priest a lot more as well. Rogue Trader does too, because Pascal's fucking sick. But, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. That's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to our members and patrons: Cryolytic, Lady Luna, Grand Captain General Peace, Meanbag Beanbag Turtle, Malignant Humor, Zanael, Cuds, Kana Samaria, Poe, Porkchop Lebrec, Scrubby Doo, Lifesteal, Mega Mr. Z-Man, Unclever Name, Lumen, Crystallite, Summercat, Flanny, Pinch Dragoon, Lila the Hagsire, Lip Potatoes, Proxy, Caminera, Moa, Heartland, Harrick J, Dresso, Slol, Final Legend, Ephraim, Linky, Xeon Cedar, Bimblewarts, Majoko, Mymoon, Alkia, Honey Lawless, Sweet Baby Red, Jess Kitty, Plutonium Pie, Dreamer Ghost, Leper Lullaby, K-Bub, Magic Owl, The Frostbite, Monsoon, SCP-106A, Namad, and KennyC800 for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, this was fun. I actually really enjoyed doing this. It wasn't so much of a comedy episode, it was just me gushing about a game I like. And sometimes maybe that's necessary, because it was enjoyable, and the Tech Priests are cool. I like the 40k. I'm looking forward to Space Marine, which is coming out soon. I think it's already out in pre-purchase at time of recording. If you, like, spend extra money, you get access to it early. But I'm looking forward to Space Marine 2. It's Space Marine 2 specifically. That's going to be very cool. Don't know if I'll do a video on it. I don't know if my computer will be able to handle it, because that is, like, the It's a very recent release, and I don't know if my computer's quite spec'd for it to do that and record at the same time. But if you guys want it, I'll consider it, all right? If you want to see that, then let me know. But yeah, whatever we do next time, hope I see you there. Toodles, goodbye.